Hello, my name is Annalisa Spaeth. I am the Huntingdon College Canvas Administrator, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about what you'll experience when you log into our learning management system, Canvas, this term. First of all, you need to navigate to huntingdon.instructure.com. When you do that, you should be redirected to a Google login, and you should use your official Huntingdon College email address and its corresponding password to log in. Then you will probably be redirected to this page if all goes well, and you should see the home page, which is this dashboard right here. First, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about this page in general, and then what you might experience in your class itself. You'll see a bunch of little cards here, which should correspond to whichever courses in which you are enrolled currently. You'll also see if you have any coming up events in Canvas for the next week, assignments, etc. A to-do list usually shows up here if you have something to do, and you can click and see any recent feedback that you might have right here. You can look at your account details, you can log out, you can click on your profile, edit it, or add a photo if you would like to. You can store files here that you might want to have access to in various classes later. And you can control your notifications. Read all the privacy notices carefully. I would like to remind you that because we are using Google Mail, all email is sent in an encrypted and secure fashion through Google. Please read those carefully before you decide to agree, and make sure that you actually agree if you click agree. I would encourage you to keep notifications such that you receive as many notifications as possible so that you don't miss important items that your instructors might send out to you in a class. All right, let's look at the dashboard again. And let's go in your sample class right here. Usually, you should see the syllabus as your home page, and that should contain a lot of information that it should be very helpful to you. Standard information about Huntingdon College. Sometimes, if your instructor has provided it, a summary of the course. And Canvas always generates a nice course summary itself with all of the due dates included right here. I would like to encourage you to look carefully at the modules and to explore the content of the class through the modules, because that is where the most focus has been spent and time has been spent on trying to organize things in a way that guides you through nicely. Here you can see in week 1 you have a reading assignment. You can either go back to the modules after you decide you've done that, or you can click next and it would guide you to the next module assignment. Here you have a discussion where you can reply to the prompt or to other threads, and when you're done, you can click next. Let's go back to the modules. You may have assignments like this where you don't actually have any content and there's nothing you can do to upload. That's okay. That means that that assignment is a placeholder telling you that something will happen in class usually, and so that the instructor can submit your grade on Canvas so that you can see your grade there. You may also have assignments like this one, where you need to upload a file. Here, this student has already submitted the assignment, but let's pretend we wanted to resubmit it. You could choose a file in this case. Sometimes you may be able to enter the text directly in Canvas, depending on what the instructor has chosen, or submit a Google Doc. You can also see your submission details and view evaluations that have already been done, if you would like to. So you could see if there was a rubric, what they had chosen for you for each individual rubric line. And you should also be able to see feedback, but for some reason my machine is not giving me that option at the moment. View feedback here. So once something has been graded, you can see I've given some silly sample items here, comments attached to highlighting, and items here, text that the instructor, the fake instructor, has put on this assignment, etc. So I encourage you, after you have a grade on an assignment, to revisit the assignment and see what your instructor has taken the time to give you as feedback on that assignment. You may also have quizzes in Canvas. Usually they'll show up with a little rocket ship. They're pretty self-explanatory, and if there are any settings like time limits, there should be a pop-up window that tells you about that. Announcements for the class can be seen here. All of them will be saved here so that you can't lose them. It's very helpful. And in general, on the home page, which is the syllabus, the 3 most recent announcements should show up at the top. You can also see that you can have access to your assignment weights over here. But you can also see that through your grades. You can also save some of these things called what-if scores, which I'll tell you about in a minute, which is pretty awesome and I think you will really like. You can calculate your grade based only on currently graded assignments, which is kind of how your instructor would calculate your grade if you ask them, what's my grade right now? If you uncheck that box, you will see what you would have gotten as your final score if you did nothing else in this class for the entire remainder of the term. Here you can see that this assignment has been graded, and you can look at the results on the rubric right here as well. Multiple ways to get back to the feedback. And if you wanted to get to that assignment directly from your grades page instead of looking for it in the modules, you could go to it and view that feedback again in this way here. All right, so the coolest thing about Canvas grades, you can actually click on these scores and do what's called a what-if score. What if you got a 30% on the week 1 quiz? What if you got 100% on the week 3 discussion? What would be your grade right now based on graded assignments? And what would be your grade if that's all you did for the remainder of the semester? So this shows you all the details of all the assignments if you click that. And it's pretty cool. You can see your current grade on each individual section of the course, what your percent would be in that section at that point. One last thing that I would like to tell you about is that we have paid for 24/7 help for all students and faculty. The information for that 24/7 hotline can be found over here, and you want to use the student number or the student chat. And I promise you they're really good. There is not a long wait line. Everybody who has used it has had a really good experience. If they cannot resolve your issue, they will refer you to me, and the case will automatically get referred to me. However, if you need to contact me directly, my contact information is down here for the Huntingdon College Administrator. I hope that you will find Canvas to be as intuitive and helpful as I have and as my students have, and that it will just enhance your class experiences. Thanks for watching.